What's going on, you guys? Slim here with a new video today, and today, you guys, yet again, Dragon Link has won another LCS, and this time Sebastian Todd has gotten first place at LCS number 12 with Dragon Link. If you guys are new here, consider subscribing, hit that notification bell. You guys will be notified whenever I upload. You'll also be notified when I stream over on Twitch. Links are in the description. While you're down there, consider joining my Discord. If you want to purchase any cards I talk about in this video to build this deck or cards in general, please use my TCG player link as well as my Gem Accessories affiliate link, as a portion of what you spend will go back to the channel. It helps me out, and I really do appreciate it. And last but not least, if you further want to support me in the channel, consider becoming a channel member by clicking the join button or by becoming one of my Patreons. With all that out of the way, you guys, yeah, man, Dragon Link yet again. Dragon Link was on an absolute rampage this weekend. If you guys were paying attention to the LCS over on Twitch, or if you were paying attention to the Remote Duel Invitational, not only did Dragon Link win the LCS number 12, but it also won the Remote Duel Invitational. Shout out to Asala. I'll be having a separate video on that, as I believe they ran, I don't know how similar their builds were, but I know there were differences, and I definitely want to talk about both of them and what it means for Dragon Link in this format. But yeah, shout out to Sebastian Todd. He took the finals in a very controlled manner. He played against Altergeist of all decks in the finals. Like, yo, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, when I saw that, I happened to catch the tail end today on Twitch, and I was like, wow, like, he's actually playing against Geist in the finals. Unfortunately, you know, if this deck goes first, like, the deck is gonna do wonders. And you know, Geist is just a deck that, you know, the guy ended up setting 5. He had 3 torrential tributes, but it didn't matter. Dragon Link is so resilient to so many things, and it's very good against back row decks, especially going first. The points of interaction that it has are very strong, and I actually really like this list. I like how clean it is, and these will definitely be things we talk about in the video. But as always, we're gonna go over the list and then talk about why I feel it won LCS number 12. So we'll get into it. So for the Rockets, we got 2 copies of the Absol Router Dragon, triple copies of Ash Blossom, of course, the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. You got the 1 copy of the Black Metal Dragon, the 1 copy of Chamber Dragon Maid. This was interesting. He chose to opt for just 1 copy. If you notice the difference between this and the previous LCS list that ran multiple Dragon Maids, it also ran a 3rd tidying, whereas here he's just running 1 and 2 tidying. So it makes sense, you know, you cut down on repetitiveness and you still get to your tidying. Of course, the 1 Legionnaire. He chose to also main deck the triple Phantasme. This card is actually insane in this deck for multiple reasons. It is, of course, a dragon. It is a dark for chaos space, and it is searchable off Omni Brotor. So there are a lot of applications to this card. And not only this card is amazing in the mirror match. You guys already know at the point of interaction, you can draw like 4 cards when there's 3 link monsters on the board. Summon this, draw 4, fix your hand, draw cards like Dark Ruler, cards to break the board, and you're good to go. Puts a body on board as well. So Phantasme is actually insane in this deck. You got, of course, the 1 Noct Division, the 1 Omni Brotor, the 1 copy of Red Eyes Darkness Metal. For the other Rockets, we got a Rocket Recharger, 2 copies of Rocket Synchron, and the 2 copies of Rocket Tracer. He chose to opt for 2 Rocket Tracers over 3, as compared with some of the previous lists. And then triple Seyfert. This is just a great card, great starter, gets everything rolling. And of course, the White Dragon that complements the black. Spells, we got, of course, the 1 Boot Sector Launch with the triple Chaos Space. This card is just insane. It does everything you want it to for this deck. He chose to main deck 3 Dark Ruler No More, and I really like this. I like this because this accounts for not only the mirror match, but it can also deal with Winda, Dinosaurs, any deck that could put up a board that could be a problem for you. I think Dark Ruler is fantastic. Again, Phantasme into this in the mirror is ridiculous. Like, if you notice, he optimized his deck for the mirror match. Ash is obviously not that great against the Dragon Link deck. However, sometimes you can actually just like Ash the Hermetic Seal and stuff like that, and sometimes that can be enough, or Ashing the Chaos Space can be enough. But Ash is so generic, there's still no reason not to main deck it, and he actually was able to fit hand traps into this deck. What I like about Dark Ruler, though, is it gives you an out to Winda as well, because any Dragon Link player knows that if Winda is on board, a lot of times it's very hard to out that, especially if it's backed up with, say, a Makaba. If you're playing the Invoke Doll deck and literally they end on Mekaba plus Winda, it can be a real problem. So Dark Ruler takes care of all of that. So very, very good choice to play this in the main deck. Of course, the Ravine, the triple copies of Quick Launch, the triple copies of World Legacy Guard Dragon, and as I already mentioned, the 2 copies of Dragon Maid Tidying. That is it for the main deck. It is a clean 40. The side deck, he opted for triple Droll and triple Nibiru. I think these were very good calls. Nibiru is standard, but Droll is something that we're going to probably see more and more of in the format. This card is very good in the mirror match. It's good against other decks. Like, it's actually very good against Invoked. A lot of players don't realize that, you know, the minute they activate Meltdown to get Alistair, you can Droll them or whatever. And if, you know, a lot of the decks aren't even playing Gamma, so you don't really fear Gamma at all. And the ability to just stop them from adding. Also, if they're playing the Dogmatica engine, you already know you cut off all their ads there as well. If they're playing Prosperity, it's not going to happen. Like, there's so many things that Droll could be applied against in that matchup, as well as the mirror. I think this card is very good to side. He also said that he chose this over Lancia. He felt Lancia was not that strong because obviously If you're playing against the Shaddoll deck, they can make a Winda even without Schism, so a lot of times the Lancia is only good against the Invoke portion, and sometimes it's not enough to win. Nibiru I already mentioned. Then he's got a ton of back row removal. He's got the 3 Cyclone and the 3 Twisters. These are just really good against back row. They're quick play, so you can chain them to stuff. I think that's really important because if you guys notice, he did play against Geist in the finals, and Geist does main deck Imperial Order, so if he had this for game 2 or whatever, he could, chain it on top of the Imperial Order, and that's very strong, whereas a card like Lightning Storm can't do that. Same with Harpy's Feather Duster. So I really like the decision to decide that this would be the back row removal in the form of quick plays. And then Triple Talents, this card is just great. Being able to punish the opponent for using effects is great. Being able to rip their hand, take anything out of their hand that could give you a problem, like a Nibiru or something like that, you're just good to go. This card is just phenomenal, and just having it in the side deck seems to be the real route that a lot of players chose to go for this tournament and probably going forward in the meta. Side deck, extra deck real quick, we got the Borreload Savage, of course, the Chaos Ruler, we've got the Hot Red Dragon Abyss, we've got the Appaloosa, the Boral Sword, the Halki Fibrax, you got the Romulus, you got the 2 Guard Dragons, the 2 copies of Heavenly Sphere. This card is just insane. You got, of course, the 1 Quad Boral and the triple copies of Striker Dragon. So I don't have too much to say. I will say that I think this list was very well built. So again, congratulations to you, Sebastian, for winning. The reason why I feel this deck won is because Dragon Link is the best deck of the format. No matter how you look at it, the deck is designed to go first and put up a huge board that has plenty of points of interaction. Not only that, this deck can play through hand traps like it's nobody's business. The deck is very resilient and very strong. Now granted, if you break an entire board and their extra deck is low, sometimes they don't have the best of follow-up, but the way this deck is designed, you end on a board that basically does not allow your opponent to play, and you can still interact against them because you have cards like Tidy and you have hand traps in your deck, so you too on top of your board can stop your opponent from playing. Levianeer ripping out a card is fantastic. Phantasme and the Mirror, I've already talked about this. Getting access to cards like Dark Ruler to go second, like this deck can go first or go second, and I think whenever a deck can go first or go second, it's one of the best decks in the game, and there's no denying that. While this is a different variant, because you guys will see in other videos, we have like the Phantom Knight build, we have a lot of different variants that people are doing with Dragon Link, but I think no matter how you look at it, Dragon Link is the best deck, and I really expect to see the deck do wonders for the rest of the format. I think a lot of players are starting to see that this is the best route to go. You can decide to play hand traps or not. You can decide to optimize for the mirror. You can decide however you want to do it. The beauty of this is that Phantasme will come up in other matchups and stuff like that, and same with Dark Ruler. So I think for those reasons, it's like the main reasons why the deck was so successful. And again, keeping it at a clean 40 gives its consistency, and it still gives its explosiveness that the deck needs in order to win. And I think the side deck was very well built. It accounted for everything. I mean, I don't think anyone expected to see Geist in the finals, but shout out to the Geist player opening triple torrential tribute in the finals. Oh my gosh, that was so crazy. But with the Cosmics and with the Twins, like I said, having chainable spell and trap removal is key in this deck, and it can set up your graveyard sometimes for some of your chaos plays. So I think that overall the deck was very well built, it was very well piloted, and it was just very favored in this format to do well. So those are the reasons why I feel Dragon Link won LCS number 12, back to back at 111, at 112. We're gonna see what's gonna happen, you guys. It's pretty crazy. Like I said, it also won the Remote Duel Invitational, so we'll be having a lot more Dragon Link content coming up soon on the channel. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I know a lot of you are going to say the Geist player bricked, but again, you got to remember, he made it all the way to the finals with Alter Geist. No one expected that. If you look at his deck list, it looks like the same thing that literally Alter Geist has been doing for the last couple of years. So it's pretty crazy to see how far the deck got. But again, shout out to you, Sebastian. Congratulations on winning LCS 12, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.